Well, high school.
You were in high school?
I was in high school. I played sports at high school, Central, football and track. And then after graduation, it seemed like the whole class went in the service. All right, there was a big bunch of seniors that went into the service at the same time. Yeah, a lot of them in the Navy that we ended up in Bainbridge, but not together, in different companies. There were 3 of us that one guy I graduated with and another guy I hung around with that went to Bishop Bradley, graduated the same year and everything, and he went in. We went in the Navy, and John and I cross-rated over into the Seabees.
What year was it?
Huh?
What year was it?
No, 1952 we went in, right after graduation. We graduated in 52, and we went in right off the bat. And like I said, a lot of the guys went in at the same time. Yeah. And after boot camp, we got to leave. We graduated from boot camp, and they gave us a week leave at Thanksgiving because we managed to come home and see the Central High play Haverhill in them days, a regular football game. Then we went back to Bainbridge, and the next day they gave out where we were going, and I was assigned to the Philippines, and I was on a train that night heading across country to San Francisco, Treasure Island, and then I took a boat from Treasure Island to the Philippines. And then the job I had overseas, when I got on the base, I was assigned to a scraper unit, earth movers, all right? And for the next 2 years, I spent two years straight at the Naval Air Station. We were building the Naval Air Station at Subic Bay in QB Point in the Philippines. That was the largest earth-moving project that was ever taken, and at that time, and no other project that big has ever been taken. We took a mountain and brought it down to sea level, and they built a runway. The runway was a mile and something because the big bombers, they thought that the Korean War might last longer, and it was supposed to be so many feet, and then the bombers kept getting bigger, and the war in Korea was getting hot, so they kept extending it until we got to a stage where the bombers, if they went off the end of the runway, were going to go into this like a big stone hill. It was all what we call a granite hill, whatever stone they had there, and they actually blew it. They had people come from DuPont, and they drilled holes for 3 months around the thing, and then they placed it, and they blew it up, and it went up in the air like jelly, and went down. And that was it. There was no longer a hill there. All right. Yeah. There's also, besides the airstrip, there was a refueling station there for the 7th Fleet. We built these gigantic tanks in where the rice paddies were. And our ball field was an open, our athletic field was an open place where the Bataan Death March had gone right through. They had stopped in this area because it was all leveled off. It used to be a pineapple grove, and it got leveled off during the war or whatever not. And the Japanese on the Death March, the Bataan Death March, they actually camped there for a day or so. And that was our ball field. Yeah.
years ago.
70 years ago, I was not into any kind of politics. I probably never read nothing on, whoever was the guy, that was it, you know.
Was the life that you lived 70 years ago, was it very happy or very secure, very...
Yeah, I think so. I was lucky. We got out and hard work. I bought a house and 4 kids, raised 4 children. I lived in a neighborhood. I bought a house into a neighborhood, a new neighborhood, and it just happened there was a bunch of guys getting out of service the same time I was. So, you know, everybody on the street or the men could all kind of communicate their time in the service and stuff like that. We had a good neighborhood to grow up in. The kids, yeah. And one time we had, I think it was like 21 kids under 12 years old in the neighborhood, different neighbors and stuff like that. And so on. Oh yeah.